Alabama is a beautiful state that might not have an obvious appeal to everyone, but for those who know, they know.
We're specifically talking about Baldwin County because that's where we put down our family's roots.
This is also where we help dozens of people relocate to from all across the country every single month.
This area has become insanely popular, so today we're going to make a video explaining what it feels like living in Lower Alabama in 2023.
That's right. Everyone's biggest question for us is, what is it like living there?
And a lot of locals might not be too happy with us sharing these secret details with you.
But we're doing it anyway.
I'm Tony, and this is my wife and partner Jess. We are your #1 relocation team, your real estate fam, right here in Lower Alabama.
If you're considering a move here, reach out directly to us. We're your local experts, and we're ready to help you find your next house, whether it be a new construction home or an already existing home. We've got you covered all the way.
Now, let's get to it.
If you follow our channel, then you know we like to showcase the areas to live in all around Lower Alabama, including the beach towns, the Eastern Shore, and all the suburbs and small towns in between.
Now, let's talk about what you can expect here in LA. There are a lot of established neighborhoods, a lot of them. It ain't all farmland and tumbleweeds. I don't know what you guys have been hearing. The first spot that always comes to mind is Lake Forest over in DAPHNE. These houses date back to the 70s, and it's actually the largest community in all of Alabama. All of it.
Yeah, it's crazy how big it is. There's literally over 3,000 houses there, and they're all different.
Yeah, it's not a cookie cutter neighborhood at all, and we know a lot of y'all don't care for that look.
Yeah, the Lake Forest neighborhood has 50 miles of paved roads that curve and wind all throughout it.
Yeah, that's pretty wild when you think about it. You can easily get lost just driving through there.
Are we lost?
So have your GPS ready and never let this one drive.
Don't be rude.
I'm just saying.
Moving on, it's super affordable too. Homes can be found here for under $350,000. And if you're someone who enjoys golfing and other great amenities, this neighborhood is actually on an 18-hole golf course and has several pools.
And a Frisbee golf course. I love their golf course too. The terrain is just, it's nice. It's awesome. It's rolly. You got the hills, but Lake Forest is just one example of an established neighborhood in LA. There are so many options from, say, the Eastern Shore through Foley and Loxley all the way down to Gulf Shores. A lot of people just have this misconception that Alabama is just farmlands, and this couldn't be further from the truth. It has a lot of established areas.
Yeah, it does. And it's rapidly expanding its residential area. So you can expect to see a lot of new construction.
Like a lot. We're talking new builds down every main road and out in the country. And this is really what bothers the locals so much. What once was a quiet area with just miles and miles of untouched land has become areas of major development now.
Yeah, and we get it. It's really difficult to see beautiful pasture that you grew up playing in disappear and red dirt roads become 4-lane highways with more traffic than you're used to, but change is inevitable and growth is happening and there's no signs of it stopping.
With inflation around the country and the low cost of living here, Alabama has just been blowing up in general.
And with Baldwin County's close proximity to the Gulf of Mexico, it's dubbed as coastal Alabama. People dream of affordable beach towns, and that dream can be a reality down here in Lower Alabama.
Now, back to new construction. These homes are a big part of Baldwin County. Expect to see them, hear about them, and you might even find yourself moving into one if you're planning on living here. Many of them are a lot more affordable than you think, and they tend to be a lot more easily attainable than just a regular existing home.
Yeah, he's right. It's currently a seller's market here when it comes to desirable homes. You will still be facing a lot of buyer competition, so a new build might be the best option for your wallet and your sanity.
And there are some really good incentives out there, and the new builds are generally built with gold fortified standards. Plus, you've got amenities like community pools and splash pads, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, pools are lifesavers down here. It's hot and it's humid during the summer months. Humidity in Alabama feels like you took a hot shower and you put your clothes on without drying off. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, short season is year round here. During the summer, it will be high 80s every single day of the week with 90% humidity levels. We even get days where the humidity is higher than the temperature. So if you don't like the heat and humidity, don't move to lower Alabama.
Yeah, I feel like that's the exact week we're having right now. It's hot out there. But all right, something else to mention about living in lower Alabama is you're gonna feel like there's a lot of transplants. And this is something the locals don't necessarily love.
And you need to be empathetic to that because change can be a shock for some people, but it's true. Baldwin County is the fastest growing county in all of Alabama. People are moving here from all over the country. We help retirees relocate from cold weather states because they're just done with the snow. Anyone.
Yeah,
for that matter.
And we also help young professionals relocate here because they work remote now and they want easy access to the ocean.
Yeah, a lot of people are finding affordability, to be challenging in other states, and they're just moving here because who wouldn't want a lower cost of living?
Yeah, or families wanting a more wholesome upbringing for their children. I can't tell you how many moms I speak to on a weekly basis who want their kids in the school systems down here just because they're super traditional and many are more conservative.
And since you mentioned conservative, what does that feel like living here? What does that feel like? To me, it feels very traditional. A lot of Christian values. In fact, pretty much everyone is Christian and attends church here. I mean, family values are also traditional, like pro-gun, pro-life, very red. If you're not red, you're basically the minority here, unless you're in a metro city like Huntsville and Birmingham, Montgomery, a little bit of Mobile.
And really quick, let's talk driving because this is something you'll no doubt experience regularly while living here. Alabama has terrible drivers.
Damn!
Some of the worst drivers are right here. There is no mandatory driver's training to get a license. You just take a test and off you go. People literally don't know the rules of the road. I swear I see traffic accidents nearly daily, and when it rains, it's even worse. And God forbid it should snow, just stay home. It's like Armageddon and the zombie apocalypse all in one. People literally abandon their cars in the middle of the road and they just walk home.
Yeah, I honestly think that it's just because of the rules that makes them the worst. But Jess doesn't really worry about driving because I do it everywhere we go.
False. He doesn't allow me to drive.
Ask her how many accidents she's been in.
Let's not and say we did.
Okay, so raise your hands. How many of y'all have ever pulled over on the highway for, driving too slow? Who has gotten pulled over by a cop for driving too slow?
Okay, whatever. I never said I was a great driver.
Please tell me.
I warned y'all, Alabama is full of poor drivers, and apparently I'm one of them, but at least I'm being honest.
Okay, let's talk about the folks who live here. You'll hear the term fake nice, and I have to say I disagree with the politeness being fake. I was taught to use my manners and genuinely care about others. When I speak to anyone here, those I know and who I don't know, I'm just very polite. Always hold the door open, say please and thank you. I don't know. I just think that's what you do. This is not fake, and I don't consider it to be fake when others do it for me. Sure, you'll have a select few who are, fake, and that's just their personality. But for the most part, I believe it's genuine, and 9 times out of 10, you're gonna encounter polite people here. I mean, even the teenagers are polite.
I'm always impressed by how polite our children's friends are. I feel like kids here are just raised right, and it really shows. Everyone who visits us from out of state always comments on how well-mannered everyone is.
Well, you're very kind.
The neighbors are exactly what you want in neighbors. They're friendly and they're welcoming, and it just gives you that warm and fuzzy feel.
Yeah, and we didn't even mention food. It's great if you love seafood and barbecue here, but if your palate is more worldly than that, well, I'd say it's just gonna be a little bit disappointing. There aren't many options beyond those two that are authentic.
Yeah, this one is tough for us. We had the Chicago food scene for many, many years. Incredible pizza joints on every single corner. We had Aurelio's, Canuts, Baracos, Lou Malnati's, Grisanos, Paisanos, Palermo's. We were really spoiled, and here you've got Papa John's and Domino's.
You got Section Street.
Yeah, that's New York brick oven though.
Yeah, still, it's tolerable. I mean, good authentic food is really hard to come by. Chinese, I mean, that's nixed out. And I'm used to just having it at my fingertips. I mean,
Good Mexican food.
yeah, and lucky for me, she can throw down in the kitchen. So anytime I'm really missing something that's really good, something you can't get here, she takes care of me.
I do.
So.
All right, y'all, that was a small glimpse from us on what it feels like living in Alabama in 2023.
If you found this helpful at all, please give us a call and like and subscribe. And if you have anything to share about what it feels like living in Alabama, please share it in the comments.
And don't forget, we're local realtors and the #1 relocation team in all of Lower Alabama. So if you plan on moving here, reach out to us directly so that we can help y'all. We look forward to talking, and we'll see y'all next time.